Hello and welcome to another just fantastic live stream on the NTSS channel. We're trying out something a little bit new this week, that being the camera angle, as you may be able to tell. Rather than it being where my laptop's normally on top of that cabinet there, where the that bit of Morak is, and the gun chip. I've switched it over this time so you can have a bit more of an in-depth, instead of looking at me. I know that I am wonderfully handsome, and I'm sure you'd want to spend your entire evening looking at me, but I think looking at the actual mock itself is a tad more interesting. The lights, we had a couple of issues with the lights last stream. You'll see that one behind me is still slightly on camera, except for when I do sit here, you don't really see it. So we'll try and avoid that best we can. The other light is like right there. So that may very likely tilt forward a couple of times during the stream. But that's not too bad, you know. Because my laptop is facing this way, it's going to be quite awkward for me to read chat by keep turning around like this. So instead, I've just got it on my phone. So I'll be able to just have it by me and say hello to people in the chat like Batman Comics. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. But what are we actually tackling this week? That, of course, Morak, once again. The Technic, once again. Yeah, my goal is by the end of this stream, this function will work perfectly well. This function will work perfectly well without any of these things hitting each other. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal. What can I say? Okay, so yeah, I've actually just realized right now, immediately off the bat, that I don't need this base plate segment at all, so I can just put that on the floor. And it just gives me more space to work with. So I'm just going to spin this around just so you get a bit of a clearer view of it. And yeah. So first I'm going to do a quick test run, because everyone loves a Technic test run. And we're just going to see where we are at the minute with the Technic function and seeing how it's going to go. So we're going to do a test in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So we can see currently they're moving back and forth. Back and forth. Nothing's hitting each other just now, which is what that was doing before. Like, these two aren't hitting each other, which I'm quite happy with because they are actually quite close together. And I'm starting to think that this one may be too far away because I'm thinking that ends there and that starts there. So I could bring that one a couple of studs closer. I actually don't know how easy it is to hear me at all speaking over this. So I think my first goal, but my current least favorite thing is that they're all going in the same direction at the same time. Like, you see, it's very binary. That way, that way, that way, that way. Oh no, what's happened there? That wasn't supposed to happen. There we go, to that. Right, okay, one of just the little gears has just popped out, and I don't know, that's not happened before. So I may need to build a small supporting wall just to stop that. And that should take 2 pieces, maybe. 1, 2, and maybe a plate just to finish it off and make it secure on the top. Let's get 3. So we'll just this still run. Yep, that still runs, and now we won't be having that problem. See, it's all about problem solving. That's what mock building's all about. And that problem has just been solved. And there's a plane going over. Thank you, Mr. Plane. Right. I'm actually trying to work out if that's even. That's something I can figure out later. That's fine for now. Right, so now it's time to start actually disassembling the Technics. So I'm going to obviously have to take off my little skiffies here. In fact, that one's fine where it is. It'll be you that I actually need to disconnect. So I can place you just down over here. Welcome YMac and Cabbage Face Bricks to the stream. Thank you for joining, both of you. I do appreciate it. You've just joined me as I'm failing at Technic once again. And the birds are annoying me. Thank you. Okay. So what the piece I'm using, which I'll be able to explain this a bit better when I show you, just by dislocating one of them. Take you out. There we go. Is this little piece. Don't know how easy that is to show you, but it's just a little bit of Technic there with like a too long. I don't know. I know quite a lot of Lego terminology. I know very, very limited to none Technic terminology. Is there a lot of Technic terminology? I have no idea. Who knows? There probably is. There's a bunch of lingo to everything, really, I suppose. Pull that out. Attach two bits together. There we go. Right. So this one is there. So which way am I going to primarily pull it? Won't be that way. I think it will. So if that's going to be there, I want this one to be... I want it to be going behind. So it actually needs to be downwards. More about... So that's going up. So this one's going to be going along. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh. See, I built this all in very tight here, which means it's very difficult to undo, essentially. Oh, and there goes that skiff. I was wondering what happened if I didn't take that one off. Welcome, Lego Clones Productions, to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully everybody is having a lovely evening or morning or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Who knows? Attach, or reattach, sorry, that back in there. Things are starting to look a little bit loose. And now this is not going as far as it was before. Perfect. Why, why? A question I ask myself every Lego stream. Oh, and there goes the light. I said that would happen, but of course I had to prove it. There we go. That's good again. Right, so what did I do wrong there? Quick warning. A fair amount of this stream is going to be me just silently staring at bricks, trying to figure out, is that where this piece should be going? Etc., etc. So is that? See, that's weird. I feel like it was going further back before. Oh no. Oh no. Right, so I'm guessing that was always attached in there. Lost the placement of some of these original pieces. Right, that will have gone in there because it gives me the half axle distance out, which I need to attach this piece to. So that's going up. That's be going to the along slightly downwards pose. Right, that's good, and that will attach backward like that to support over the top. That's also good. Okay. What I thought was going to be a disaster was not quite as much of a disaster as I had anticipated, which is a good thing. Right, so now we'll do a test before we move any further, because if one thing's for sure about Technic, testing's key. Everything separately, moving in the same direction. Let's actually reinsert the skiffs themselves, because that's what will be the ultimate test. Got a bad feeling about this, to quote Star Wars, because they're getting awfully close already. And herein lies the issue. They're already touching before I've done anything. I can turn it back on. See that it's going fine until there. Interesting. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is try and, because this is already slightly off center. I want my center skiff to be directly behind the center of the Juggernaut, because that makes sense. That'll be like the best view to get pictures of it and whatnot. So if I were to move the center skiff off to the right this way, that would mean that it's not on center, which is a bit weird. If I move this one, however, to the left, that means this can currently stay where it is. But I still do have. But the thing is, I don't want this to completely engulf. Look at my fancy vocabulary. Engulf the terrain section, which will be here. But I do currently have a 2-stud gap, which I can move it into. So I'm gonna now do some very interesting Technic maths. Is to see when these two hit each other, or the space between these two hitting each other, if there's more than a 2-stud difference. Let's figure it out. They hit there. I think it's actually quite close. Because it's when this is coming back over and it hits. I don't know how actually clearly that's showing if I'm just blocking it. Welcome, Planet Tech, to the stream. Good to see you. The stream ends when I conquer Technic. 24-hour stream. Let's go. I know. When I conquer this section of Technic, this specific function here, not Technic as an art form, because it would be longer than a 24-hour stream. I can tell you that for free. Okay, is that? Oh, what piece has fallen off there? That's not right. Well, that is how it's supposed to stand. Right, first thing I need is a longer Technic beam. So let's dig into my vastly unsorted Technic bin. That's one thing that I've needed to do quite a lot, is that ever since I've started building a lot more of Technic, I haven't decided to actually sort all my Technic pieces yet. Should probably do that. I won't, because it's way too much effort, and I spent just a ridiculously too long sorting my normal pieces. There we go. That looks like... Right, so that is... Okay, here we go. Let's give a nice visual example. That was the length of the Technic beam used on my... You can see it better further back here. That was the length of the Technic beam I originally used in this section. And then this will be the one I'm going to use. It's black, so you can hardly see it. But it's 2 steps further back there. Okay, so let's tear it out again. Try to see if I maybe want more than 2, just for a little bit more difference. I might try, but the next size up is quite significantly bigger because it goes like 5 or 6 out further. I guess I don't need to use the very last one. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this red one because it's a little bit longer and gives me a little bit more leeway. Hello, I am all the Sith. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Ooh, that section, 48-hour stream. Let's go. If it takes 48 hours, it takes 48 hours. What can I say? I was about to say I've got my water, but I've lost it. How have I managed that? Oh, it's right here. That's fine. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Sam, have you done all the cheat codes in the Skywalker saga? Is this the face of a cheater? Don't answer that. No, I personally don't enjoy using cheat codes. Unless it's cheat codes for things you can't earn in the game anyway. If you can get it in the game anyway, I'll just do it in the game. But if it's code exclusive, then I'll use the code, because obviously you have to. Like, I think the Christmas skins were code only. There goes the skip again. So I used a code for those. But like just ones for like I'm pretty sure like the Emperor has a code. I'm not using that. I'm just getting the Emperor normally. I'm gonna do what all of the cool kids do and get 10 times studs and just earn it like that. Alright, so first things first. Pop this out. Switch it out. No, I mean like the code for the characters. Yeah, like the code to unlock characters. That's kind of the same thing I meant. So how many studs can I actually reasonably put this in? Oh, is it going to hit the roof? If I put it here, like, will that affect it? If I like... Let's give that a go. At that distance there. And we'll see where we're hitting with that. Love Technic. Love Technic. I'm not even joking with that. I do actually really enjoy Technic. It's just... I like the end result of Technic more than the actual function or system itself. That's a better way to explain things, I think. But yeah, I do, as much as I like to rag on it, and I will do in the next episode, naturally, but I do enjoy Technic. Please don't destroy a ton of stuff. There we go. Now let's get a fairly large plate. A 4x8 plate will do. And let's just stick you right on there. Perfect. So will this still need to be in... Yes, this will still need to be on my, that you can't get normally. Yeah, with those, it's fine. I'm fine with those. But yeah, hopefully you can all enjoy watching a stream that isn't the Skywalker Saga, which seems to be, I mean, I'm playing it. Right, so if I lock it in there, that's not the right position. If I lock it in there, that is the right position. Right, so squeeze down on that. Right, okay. Here's our first Technic a retry, I suppose. Come on now. What's going on with that? I'll do this bit first because it's a bit easier. There we go. Oh, these will have to both orientate this way, of course, won't they? Right. Test 2, or test, I think we're already on test 3. Spin this boy out here. What Star Wars trilogy do you prefer? Clone Wars doesn't count. I like the original. If you're not counting any like subsidiary content like that, I would also say the original trilogy. Yes. Right, but welcome to the stream, JV Bricks Films. Good to see you. You've just joined me for my first actual test after changing something. So let's do that in 3, 2, 1. Well, that's not going to plan, has it now? Oh. Well, we've lost half of that skiff. That's a fantastic start. What can I say? Let's plonk you down just there. And you down just there. Let's plonk you down just there. Oh, wonderful. So we're already onto rebuilding stuff. Now, I want to know what the root cause of that was. Oh, that was a spicy break. So let's just reattach that. How have you been pushed that far away from your original place? I have no idea. You heard breakages, now it's an NTSS whip stream. Of course, yes, naturally. It's always a work in progress. I'll pretty much, most of the projects I do, even if they're finished, could still largely be classed as work in progresses. Because the issue with these skiffs is that I built them to be so lightweight, is that I didn't really consider too much reinforcing, because that was adding too many unnecessary pieces, quote unquote. But that unfortunately does lead to this, where when they fall, they splinter. There we go. That skiff is now a hole again. Let's spin. There we go. That's one. That's two. Now, test two. Let's see again. How many Kyber bricks do you have? I've got 44 and just got to Camino. I think I've got like 140. In terms of the game and what I've actually played, I've played episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it's just 8 and 9 to do. So of course I've just started to play around in the free world before going into those. I've had a lot of fun with it. Hence why I need to get progress done on Morak, because I haven't been doing much with the rest of the week. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Interesting. They're still very gently hitting each other. It's a lot less significant than it was before. Is it that way that I actually want it to go? Something struggling. It was that. Alright, let's work out what's going on here then. Let's work out our root issue. Shall we? I should have made this function entirely like 100% complete and perfect before touching anything else in this mock. But then again, we'd still be working on it week 11. Right. Is it because the back of this thing is sticking out too much? That's what my first, what can we say, suspect? There's a nice way to describe it. That's my first suspect. Or that could also be a suspect, actually. If I've lost one of those pieces. I don't think I've lost it. I think it's just actually this one, which has just become disconnected. Was that something struggling you, Sam? Oh yes, I'm internally struggling. This is just physically struggling. I'm also physically struggling to build the mock correctly. But hey ho. Right. So this is a test without the skiff to see if the skiff is the issue or it's the actual function that's the issue. Tighten all that in. 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's right there. Is that clipping something? Oh, it's that lime 1x2. Oh ho ho, hello now, sir. It's that lime 1x2 brick. if I were to switch you around and just plug everything else right back to where it was before, let's give this another test. See, now that's smooth as butter. Smooth as butter, is that right? Yeah, I think so. See, that's now working perfectly fine. Okie dokie, that's interesting. Bloody line 1x2, tell me about it. Welcome Mall's Mock to the stream. Good to see you. Oh my god, the game's only been out for 2 days. I know. I am indeed that sad. You live in Britain? Yes, I do. Okay. Right, so let's reattach the skiff and actually try that now that we've fixed that bleeding line 1x2. I don't know why I'm reattaching all the intricate details to the front of it. This can all be done later. Pull you up. Attach all of you onto it. See, just at this setting point, they're already touching each other, which is precisely what I wanted to not happen. Oh. See, currently they're doing a motion where they're just pulling apart and then hitting each other again. Well, that's not right. I think I've actually just messed up something very early on in this process. So what way are they turning? So they're coming, so that way it's going round. There, right. I may have just messed this up ages ago. Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. So you're a BTS stan too. Smooth like butter is just a regular phrase, Tech. I don't know what you're going on about particularly. Yeah. Be right back. Your pizza's calling. Okay. You enjoy your pizza, and by the time you come back, this'll be perfect. Guaranteed. Well, I've just crashed the front of the skiff again. Need to keep remembering to take that off first before doing literally anything else. Because most of this video, or most of this stream, sorry, will be me just reattaching and unattaching and reattaching and unattaching this skiff and rebuilding it. So, well, too much broke apart that time. That's wonderful. Now, a different thing has become completely disattached. So that's up there. That's not right. That goes in there. Yes. I think that's where that goes. You'll have to wait and see. Yes, I think that is indeed where that goes. Right. So it's currently there. I want it to be there. Because I think I disestablished it to the I disestablished it the wrong way. Do you hate the red astromech in the game that you get from the boot from the Bob? That's my favorite planet, from the Bob. Oh, from Babu. No, it's all right. I don't think I actually got that one. I don't know if it's just someone that I didn't wasn't looking around the right places, but I don't think I've unlocked that one yet. Ooh. Pick you up. Where? Oh, there we go. Thought I'd lost a piece already, but of course not. For I am a professional mock builder, and would never do such a thing as lose a piece. Right. Let's give that a try. Now that's facing downwards. Is that right? Yeah, let's give that a go. New test time. 3, 2, 1. I forgot something that was quite important for a test. That's the skiff to be on it. Whoops. It's like, what am I testing if the skiff's not on it? Right, I don't need those things in the time being, so I can just pull those off. All right, test time. 3, 2, 1. Okay, they're hitting each other for a lot less time. Interesting if I push it the other way. Oh, do they actually hit each other? Oh, it's a minuscule hit. I need to reattach the things I said were not important, because now I have a feeling they may actually be quite important, because it's the only thing that could potentially hit it, and I've just snapped off the front again. Can you believe it? I can, because I'm not very good at Lego building, clearly. Right, let's reattach this from the underside, pull it up. There we go. Hold strong. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's very... Something's clicking where it shouldn't be. Oh, so that was the direction they do hit each other. Like, do it this way. This is tough. This is tough. In the Hungarian city. Nice. You have to take a message to the gunman with a spatula. No, I'm not familiar with that. No. Move the camera closer. That's quite difficult. I know that's probably, it makes a lot of sense for you, but like this space, like between here and here, is empty space. You're kind of like on the edge of a cabinet. I could move you like that much closer. Pull that down a little. That's not too bad. That's a fair view, I think. You check this to make sure. That's not awful. Not awful. Could obviously be slightly better, but I think you see a bit clearer. Right, I think I need to keep looking at it to make sure that this is. Let's be going this way, really. We're literally a stud away from it not hitting itself. Stop hitting yourself. Okay. So we've got two options. Move this way, or move this way. As I said before, I really want to keep this central to the main section. So therefore, of course, the argument is move this one back this way. But you can see that from the edge of my mountain here, I've only got a plate which is... Come on, help me out here, lad. That big. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 studs long. 13 if you count this. I genuinely believe if I move it another stud that way, it'll be fine. So I should just do that. I don't know why I'm going on and on about it. It won't make that much of a difference in the long game. Hope. Here's praying. But I need a brick separator to get that off, because it's too tightly down, which I don't have. Wonderful. Now I really hope all of the intricate inner workings, I'll just use that to pry it. All of the intricate inner workings I put into this section were not so intricate that I can now no longer disassemble it. That would be quite annoying. Let's not drop you, thank you. And the moment of truth. Right. See, there's a lot of brick structural support right there. That is annoying. Okay. Okay, let's just move these off to the side. I've got some demolition work going on. You know, if I can pull this, move the skiff before I touch anything else. I forgot. That's the golden rule of this project. Move. Technic's hard, isn't it? But we don't give up, of course not. Right, let's reconnect this here. See, all of this damage has been done to move this 3x4 like component one stud to the left. Will it make a huge difference? Probably not, no. And of course I've got to move this forward a stud as well. Having to disassemble each of this every time. Love that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Attach. 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 There we go. You can avoid that. And now you should perfectly click in just here. What's the next Technic feature to work on? Great question. I don't actually know yet. I've only put some serious thought into this mock as far as up to the bridge. Like the actual landmass section I've already started on. And all the foliage. Those are all like the things I've actually somewhat planned as to this point. And I've started to get the pieces in for and whatnot. So these are going to be the only two Technic functions out on the landscape section. There'll be some stuff outside, like I want turrets that rotate and things like that. But I think rotating turrets might actually be, those are kind of on like the roof of the mock. So it'll be a fair while till we get to those, I think. But we're getting towards a, whatchamacallit. I think with this section, once the Technic part is the only thing that's really holding me back. Once I've got that done and sorted, I then can speed through the rest of it in like 2 weeks, pretty much. Right. It has been moved one brick to the left. Let's try it now in 3, 2, 1. That didn't hit. Doesn't hit. Doesn't hit. Let's try it the other way. Doesn't hit. Does not hit. Doesn't hit. Ladies and gentlemen, we've completed half of the Technic function. giving myself a round of applause for that one. Those two no longer hit. That's fine. Now, we're on to this big boy. This, before in testing, was the primary culprit of hitting something. Now, in testing, it doesn't hit this, but the gap's a bit big. So I want to move this inwards, but not so far inwards that it hits. I need to fit that in there. Okay. So far, progress is looking pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. Right. Where's the other skiff at? The other skiff is just here. I don't know if I mentioned it in an actual app. Where is the back of it? Oh, it's over here. I was like, that's worrying. There we go. I took off the big side engine. As much as I liked it, it just completely destroyed the weight distribution, which meant it was like, it did that really like heavy, and it took a lot of power to make it move to the side again. So there we go. Crosshair, welcome to the stream. Have you played Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga? I have indeed. I've played episodes 1 through 7 so far. Just to play 8 and 9 at some point eventually. But I'm enjoying it really. Yeah, it's a fun old time for sure. Right. I'm actually gonna, because it's quite awkward to reach this set, I'm actually gonna flip the mock. Do a bit of a spin. So you can see my wonderful tile wall with the one part of the border that isn't there yet. Don't know what this ingot's doing here. It's been stuck there for like weeks and weeks on end, but it just goes in there. That's the place I keep my ingots. Oh, I don't actually know if I've ever shown this in a video before or a stream. I recently got some new cabinets. Put them up here. Like, here's all my lovely Technic gears, and so it's just a lot easier to grab at stuff now. So I'm slowly filling those up with pieces. Currently, they're just pieces that are useful for Morak, but I'll change it over time depending on what I'm working on and whatnot. But yeah, new storage, ain't that cool? Welcome, Galactic Stuff. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, they are tech. Because I think they were like £9 each or something. I've never seen storage cabinets cheaper than that. £9. And they work like perfectly fine. Storage cabinet's a storage cabinet. As long as it holds itself together, that's fine. So I was super happy with that. So let's go. Oh, need to remember the way that each of these are turning. Because the whole reason I'm doing this is so that they're not moving. Like, you can see, I don't know if you can actually see. You can actually see it a little bit easier from behind. Is that I like them not moving in the exact same direction at the same time. It makes it look a little bit more random, a little bit more. Don't know what that's for, but. And you can see they almost hit each other, but they don't. Like, there is a distinct gap in there where they are not touching each other, and I am totally happy with that. Oh, well, we're knocked over there. It was just a little bit of filler. That's fine. I can replace that. The last stream of mine I watched was when I sat on the gunship. Oh, the good old 12-hour belter. Yeah, that was a fun time. Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. I haven't had any disaster today yet. I guess that kind of fell off. That was kind of a disaster, but it wasn't necessarily too bad. I have 4 that are great. Was going to get some of the open ones, but I'm worried about dust. Yeah, that's what I got 2 of each because I wasn't like worried about because I've seen a lot of people with like these type of storage containers, and I thought they were quite weird because like they could just like fall out because it's quite open. But I found use for them. Like, I'm trying to find an example. These are in bags, so they obviously don't get dust on them. But these are like I've got a ton of medium nougat 2x4 tiles, which will be used on Morak. I'm basically going to be using medium nougat as my color in between the brown center section and then my foliage. I'm just going to have a little bit of medium nougat running down the sides because that's kind of what it looks like. And technically my foliage is going to be vastly the wrong color on Morak, but I think it should be dark tan and olive green. That's what it should be. But I kind of find the dark tan olive green color scheme, it can get a little bit boring over time and a little bit repetitive. So even though that's probably the most accurate thing I could do, I'm gonna go with lime green as my main foliage color, which may not look as realistic, but it's gonna pop. Which this mock's the motto of this mock is basically popping with all the moving functions, with all the. It's not going to be 100% accurate. Like these skiffs are already largely inaccurate, but it's just going to be what I. That's what touches scratch. Nice. New codes for Shakti and Shmi. Like, I'm all the same. I was totally with you for the longest time. Lime green was my #1 least favorite Lego color. But just over time, I've just warmed to it. I don't know why. Just like, here's like a little tray of these like little lime green flower pieces. I just think they look good. Like, I know that Tech, you'll probably get quite annoyed at seeing this, but this is my foliage box. So there's all my beautifully sorted foliage pieces in there. So I'm going to go through all this, and I'm going to, probably after I've done the Technic function, and just pull out all my lime green stuff. But like, I've got the bamboo pieces in lime green. I've got a little bag of them. Oh, my light's coming at me. A little bag of these pieces in lime green as well. These all 1x1s. I've got a bunch of the actual leaves, which are stacked together in lime green. I'm going to do it as like a mix of combination with a couple of different greens. But I'm going to try and make it look quite tropical. Oh, what, you think dark red's the worst color? Interesting. No, not because it's on the gunship. I don't mind that at all. Like it being on the gunship's fine. But I just think it's a fun color to work with, and really brightens it up. You know, because I mention a lot that a lot of people call Star Wars like really. They just say that everything's gray, and well, that's sometimes true. Color can be fun. I like mocks across all themes, really. I can find enjoyment out of them. And I do enjoy color. Hence, I'm inserting color into the mock. Now, to be fair, my foliage is much the same, and it's probably the most organized part of my collection. Dark red's beautiful, same with dark blue. Yeah, I'd say there isn't like a Lego color that I really, really hate. Oh, that's not true. What is it? It's the trans orange, not like, I'm gonna see if I can find a piece in it. Sorry, my trans bin's up. Oh, it's this color. Right, if you can see there's two trans oranges. The one on your right, that color, I don't even necessarily hate it. It's just I find it a little bit dodgy. Yeah, like the Nexo Night Orange. That's a good way to describe it. Galactic stuff. Nexo Night Orange. Not a big fan of that color. I'd probably put that near my bottom or my bottom in terms of my favorite list. Right, that if I do it that way, that should be quite interesting. If you'd love to attach, I'd be grateful. Why are you not attaching? There you go. You're attaching now, aren't you? Ooh, that needs to be switched for a 1x1. A Lego Colors tier list would be a lot of fun, actually. I think I'd do that. I might actually do that as a video instead of as a stream. That's a fun idea. Throwing a couple controversial opinions in there, you know. Oh, sorry. The worst color I forgot entirely. The worst colors are old, dark gray and light gray. The old ones, bleh, bleh, worst. Sorry, they're the worst colors. They just look like they're used dirty pieces. And I don't know if that's just because normally when you see like used and dirty pieces, those colors are typically in there. They just look horrific. Those are bottom tier. Welcome Red Carnage to the stream. Good to see you. Yeah, OG Dark Red. That is, you're fully right. Is it finished yet, Sam? Not yet. This, like, out of the 3 skiffs, 2 of them are done. I'd say. So I've only got 1 to do, and then we'll do a little bit of other stuff afterwards because I've not been streaming too long. And usually I get most progress done when I'm streaming because I need to actually build them up instead of just like watching something on the side or whatever. Well, speaking of watching stuff, I know that Tech already knows, but in the past week, I have finally finished Star Wars Rebels, the TV show, on which I have a mixed bag of thoughts altogether. In which case, I'd say Series 1, garbage. Series 2, garbage until the last 2 episodes. Series 3, garbage until about halfway. And then actually quite good for the second half. And then season 4 is like season 4, not to spoil anything, but like 80% of I'd say like the entire season is one arc. Besides the first 2 episodes, I'd say like the entire, or maybe the first 4, the entire season is one arc. So it's like it's kind of hard to compare. And that's one of my criticisms of that season, particularly, because it doesn't allow for a lot of variety, which is what I'd like in a serialized Star Wars show, even though that's not serialized. My phone's run out of charge, so I can't read the chat, so I'm going to have to awkwardly stare at this to read the chat. When white brick's yellow in the sun, it's just horrible. Yes, it is, but I wouldn't technically consider that a color, you know? Rebels hype. Oh, yeah, you know. You think Rebels is better than Clone Wars? Okay, oh, it's going to be a wonderful controversial opinion. So you don't like it then, Sam? It makes it such great backtracking. To be in fairness to you, Tech, I did watch all of season 4 in about 2 days. Because I was on a hype off of the end of season 3. The finale of season 3, 0 Hour, the last 2 episodes, they're probably 2 of my favorites of the entire series. Yeah, I'd probably say they are my favorites of the entire series. Mainly because we're just gonna dive straight into Rebels, aren't we? My biggest issue with seasons 3 and 4 comes in the form of the villains, and the threat level is significantly lower than they were in season 2, because they go from like fighting Darth Vader and like three even Inquisitors at one point, who are all very threatening, have big lightsaber helicopters, which everyone loves. I love the lightsaber helicopters, by the way. Can't wait for them to show up in live action. Super hyped for that one. To just stormtroopers and Imperial officers again. And then to season 4, it gets even worse. Because, like, Thrawn is a good villain, right? I do like him. Although he is a lot less threatening than Vader. But then to season 4, the villain is just, like, this one bounty hunter dude who's in, like, 8 episodes straight. And then just this other Imperial officer who's lower than Thrawn and therefore just less threatening in every single way. So like, I don't know why they didn't keep Thrawn as the primary antagonist for 2 seasons, or introduced another Sith or lightsaber wielder, or just bring back Vader. Because like timeline-wise, what was Vader doing? Because it's still set before episode 4, right? Because at the I'm not going to try and spoil anything, but at the end of season 4 Rebels, they mention like Tarkin or like Krennic's plan, which is obviously the Death Star. So the Death Star has not been fully built yet. So obviously it's pre-episode 4. So I'm like, what's Vader doing? Surely these guys are your number one threat right now, and you should be dealing with them rather than doing whatever it was you were actually doing. There's one of my criticisms with the final 2 seasons. Yeah, but Vader would have just been too OP. Is that not a bit of a cop-out? Surely you need to write in a reason for him to not be there. I think, at least. I think, like, it just seems like the threat level was vastly... Like, if you hit... I can't spoil anything. But say, potentially, there was a death in season 4. If that came at the hands of someone like Vader, I feel like that would have brought a lot more impact into the show rather than the way they actually died. You could still have it as a similar scenario, but just instead of doing what the character was doing before they died, it could just be that person fighting against Vader. I think that would have brought a lot more impact to the episode rather than what they did. Because what they did do just made an episode that was entirely choreographed and said exactly what was going to happen by the end. They weren't exactly subtle with it. Rook, the bounty hunter assassin, could have been better used in Rebels. Yeah, I thought he was just... He was... It was just the same note over and over again with him. He didn't bring anything new, particularly. Vader was too busy being sad in his castle. Of course. But like, he was so threatening at the end of season 2. Like, I kind of like that there was like an actual danger there. I didn't feel a sense of danger to any character since then, even though some of them died. But again, that was like telegraphed. Okay. I don't think they were the number one threat, though. That's why he didn't show up. I'm pretty sure they literally say in the show that they're the last the 2 last Jedi left. And was that not what the Inquisitor's job was, to kill all like Force wielders or like Force children that may have the Force, etc. So surely they are the biggest threat, no? Unless someone else was there. Besides Luke, but that's what that's what Obi-Wan was off doing. Oh, that was funny. The episode Twin Sons, the one where I'm guessing we're just going to go into spoilers. Maul's death episode. So much hype was built up around that, at least from what I'd seen. No one told me that 80% of that episode is just Ezra and I think it's Ezra and Chopper just going around the desert, just going seeing oh my, what a time. What a time. Yeah, okay, we're good on spoilers. Clone Wars 1 to 6 was mostly for kids, like Rebel Seasons 1 and 2. The last 4 episodes of Clone Wars are awesome. 3, 4. I wouldn't say Clone Wars 1 through 6 are mostly for kids. I'd say Clone Wars 1 through 2 are mainly for kids, and then it changes from there. Anyway, back to this Lego thing. I'm ready for another test. So let's see if these two now hit each other. That's what this. What? Sorry. Why are they hitting each other again? They were not hitting each other before, but they are hitting each other now. How is this happening? What's going on there? They were literally fine before. Well, that's not great. Okay, back to the chat. No, because if Vader was being held off by Ezra / Kanan, people would have been pissed that Vader wasn't the man. What do you mean, the man? Vader, he went on a hunger strike in Rebels. He's so skinny. In many ways, Rebels and Book of Boba Fett are similar with the whole wandering through the desert thing. Yeah, I guess so. No, I think the point was that this subsection of Rebels wasn't a big threat. That's why it wasn't the whole Rebel fleet liberating Lothal. Yeah, I see where you get that from, but I don't think any other Rebels group had Jedi on it, or any form of Force wielder. I do like the show. Oh, let's talk about my favorite part of the show, and another reason that season 4 was tough is my boy Callus. What a guy. We go from season 1 where he's generic baddie McBad guy, unbelievably so. Oh, what's fallen off then? There's my light dropping onto my arm. Thank you, mate. So that's why is my oh dear, my light's all over the shop, and I've just blinded myself. That's extra fun. Let's leave that on there. There we go. Let's back to the. I knew this would happen. As soon as I started to say something good about Rebels, the entire set would fall apart. Okay. The man is the badass we saw in Rogue One. He could still be that if he kills Kanan. I think that's a big enough threat. You could still have Kanan saving the lives of them just by sacrificing himself to Vader. I still think it could have worked. You can't say the Ember arc was childish. Exactly. Season 4. You have 4 episodes left of Rebels. Please don't spoil the ending. I, though, have seen Kanan's death. I don't think I've said anything spoiling the ending. No. Yeah, but just because they can use the Force doesn't mean they're the most threatening. Coleman Trevor. I think comparing Kanan and Ezra to Coleman Trevor is a tad unfair, but I do get your point. I think is that yeah. Also, this may just be me, person. That's a spoiler for the person who hasn't seen the episode yet. I can't. There's one character who I thought should be in the finale who just wasn't there, and I was very confused as to why they weren't there, especially considering an episode that happened 2 episodes or something before. Nah, stop being amazing. Kanan's sacrifice was extremely well done. Do you mean the moment in itself or the episode as a whole? Because the moment itself, sure. The episode as a whole, it's painfully obvious. Oh, another thing. How come Kanan is blind sometimes, and then sometimes he's just not? How does that happen? That was really funny. Like, sometimes the writers remember that he's blind, and then sometimes, you know. Welcome, British Waffle Productions, to the stream. Good to see you. Of course, Kanan wouldn't be so slow in getting on the ship; he would die. Oh yeah, it was extremely avoidable. Just hurry up. Just get on the ship immediately. It was extremely avoidable. Okay, first he is blind. He just takes the eye mask off. Oh no! No. I don't mean like literally. I just mean things that he should be able to do. He does things that he shouldn't be able to do as a blind person. I know he's got the Force, but like Force can only take you so far. I need to knock this forward another plate. Kanan wears an eye mask. What a granny. Nice. Same with Shirt in Rogue One. In a similar way, I haven't seen Rogue One in a while, so I couldn't exactly speak on that. Just love. See, this I've spoken many times about the benefit of having a hollow mock, because it means you save a bunch of time on pieces and on filler. That does, however, also mean that things drop into the hollow pits quite a lot, and it's quite a struggle to get them out. That's something I usually fail to mention. So I pull that actually just back one, just like that. That should be fine. So I can actually get that plate under there. I mean, her and Kanan are perfect. I love their chemistry. Kind of feel, we're getting all the hot takes out tonight. I didn't personally see a gigantic chemistry between them. That's just me. Like, I kind of feel like it was largely forgotten about for like a couple of seasons, right until the death episode, and then they remembered it again, and there's like, all right, we probably need to wrap up this storyline, and then Hera should probably be sad about it for a couple of episodes. Sorry, that sounds really heartless. Obviously, you would be, but like, yeah, it's just a bit. I asked how it's going. Will I get good or bad news? It's going quite well. Sorry, it was. I thought I'd done something wonderfully, but then I tested it again, and I obviously hadn't, which is usually how things go with Technic and me. So it's not. It's going okay at the minute. Sam, blind Kanan can take on Vader. No, my point is that he can't. My point is that he would lose. My point is that he would lose. Also, I know he can use the Force, but it can only take you. You know how it is. Hot take, Shmi deserved it. There you go. Sam's out of touch. Potentially. I don't know. It just wasn't. Oh, I was saying my good things. Yeah, Callus was great. I was really interested to see what they would do with his storyline when he actually joined the Rebels, only for him not to be included in the entire 4th season until the second to last episode. Thank you for that one. Really was interested to see where that story was going. Oh well. Yeah. When that when I realized that we were just gonna be in the same arc forever, it was a dark day. So just would have been so interested to see that go further. And then, oh my god, the wolves! Oh, I can't get started on the wolves. I'll just be shouting. If we get onto the wolves. Not a fan of the wolves. Oh my goodness. Oh, even saying the word the wolves gets me annoyed. Sam, did you see the the BWP 2000? I don't believe I have. No, unless that's just a name for something, which I do remember. Even your skip is tired of you shits towards rebels. Maybe. What more could Callus really offer? I want him to get a lightsaber and take on Vader as well. No, of course not. But like, I'm sure people would have said, "What more can you do with Maul after Episode 1?" I'm sure people said, "What more can you do with Callus after Season 1 of Rebels?" I'm sure people would have said that at the time. Those writers are clever lads and lasses. I'm sure they could have figured something out better than just have him on the Ghost somewhere doing something. I don't even know what until like the second to last episode. Which he was used well in the last 2 episodes. I'm glad I'm there. Like, surely he's useful to have as someone with intense Imperial knowledge, intense experience with Lothal. He should have absolutely been on the team. Why was he not there? He was more important. He'd been more useful than someone like even like more important and useful than Zeb, I'd say. Are you going to include Lunch Trooper in the mock? Who is Lunch Trooper? I mean, I say it for everything, but the ship designs are beautiful. TIE Advanced Proto is my favorite ship ever. BWP 2000 was my 1-year anniversary, but the Trident Droid Mark II. Interesting, I haven't seen that. Sam, those writers are talented lads and lasses. Also, Sam, Rebels is awful. Their writing is predictable, and the majority of it is garbage. Hey, hey now. Okay. I get your point. I see your point. I understand how that may sound as me contradicting myself. Let me tell you why it isn't. Okay. Okay. Wow. the same person that directed episode 4 of Star Wars also directed episode 1. Just because a writer is talented doesn't mean they can't make bad things. And just because a creative can make bad things doesn't mean that they can't sometimes make good things. Does that make sense? Probably not. You can tell Sam's been in the north for a bit if he's been in the north. As in Scotland, if you mean the north. I haven't really been in the north of England very much. See, now those are hitting each other and I haven't even started the Technic function yet. What's going on there? How's that happened? Maybe I should name it that one again. Sam talking about Rebels is getting worse than listening to SWS. That's rude. I don't know who it's rude to. Yeah. As I'd say overall, as a show, I'd actually say that I like it. Rebels as a whole. I don't see myself ever watching the first season again. I see, like, season 1 and 2 in particular, it gets into a motion that's so ridiculously repetitive. And I know that I said earlier that I wish season 4 wasn't one arc, but I wish it had more arcs in those first 2 seasons, like the Clone Wars do. Just tight 3 or 4 episode arcs, not 10 episode arcs. That's when things get silly. I just think it. I think that you can refine Rebels down a lot more. There's a wonderful little show in there. It's just surrounded by a lot of stuff that's not so wonderful, you know? Smasher Pass Imperial officers. Don't think there's enough to go through them. I'll go through them quickly though. Thrawn, obviously. Tarkin, no. Yularen, no. Krennic, no. I think largely Thrawn's the only one, right? Is Geordie another type of pudding? Geordie is not a type of pudding, no. Geordies are... Sam, on the whole, I like Rebels. Also, Sam, season 1 and 2 and half season 3 are garbage. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. What can I say? I'm wonderfully consistent. Sam, do you have the grey tank pilots? Not yet, no. I need to get some. I know that Tech sent me a link to a couple on AliExpress. Now, I know that they don't have the best track record in the world, but that's probably what I'm going to end up going with, unless I find a better replacement that isn't like 60 quid or something, which I've seen some go for. Throw with the inside in less than 0.2 seconds. Hey ho. Pretty much everyone's good in the northern US as long as you stay away from the coasts. Interesting. Timothy the Brick Builder, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Currently, I'm just staunchly defending my point on Rebels, which is that I like it, but I don't... which is that I overall like it, but I hate more than... I hate about 2/3 of it. I found a helmet for it proper cheap with the Mud Trooper torso. Would look great. Yeah, I want to use the Mud Trooper torso, except there's no one selling those torsos at least that I can find that ships to me. And the minifigure itself is minimum 25 quid each. The fact I need an absolute minimum of 2, preferably more, because I need some inside the base as well for the other tanks. But I need an absolute minimum of 2. That's £50 on 2 torsos. That's asking a lot. Admiral Yularen, you could definitely take home to Mum. Admiral Yularen's very untrustworthy because he was a Republic general, but then he became Imperial. I don't like a two-faced man myself. I don't like it. Don't know why I talked to you then. Sorry, that was rude. But yeah. Have I messed this up again? No, I haven't. I haven't, actually. I don't think. That's facing that way. Then I haven't messed it up. So I test this before I actually move on. Do they hit each other? No. 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 And no, they do not hit each other in their current state. Push it the other way. They get closer. They get a lot closer, but they still don't hit each other. That's fine. Cool. We can move on from there. I made a Daily Bugle mock in Matt Murdoch's lawyer building. Interesting. Did you design it in a similar way to the set, or did you want to do your own, like, kind of spin on it, if you know what I mean? But the Imperial landing craft with that cargo storage and ramp is the Smexi's land. Wait, have we changed it to vehicles? LAAT steps. Speaking of LAAT, I still have to make instructions for mine. Nice one. I did always want the that's a set that is in my list of ones that I do really want to get. Is the 2019 or 2018 Imperial landing craft. But that set is not cheap now. I can tell you that for free. Right, let's test. See, I've kind of left it right. They don't hit each other, which is a good thing, but they kind of like the back two kind of just like do like a open and close motion. So I need to reset that. There'd be no pleasing Governor Price. You can get her down for an. And she still spent half deeper criticisms. You've clearly thought about this a lot, Tech. I'm glad to see it. Price, that was her name. She absolutely should not have been the primary antagonist of season 4. Whoever's idea that was, that guy or gal or whatever can be they are all right to head out of the little writers' room there. Just kept it thrown the entire time. It would have been far better. I actually did like Thrawn a lot. I was a bit worried about it, Tech, especially after you said that he was overrated in your opinion. I thought he was quite good. I don't know if he was as fantastic and wonderful or whatever as some people SW were saying. But I'm excited to see his live action version. For sure. Captain Lorthnida. He's a pass. He can't handle being. Who is Lorthnida? No idea who that is. It's kind of based on the 2012 one. I don't have that. I do not have that long. The 2021 for the Daily Bugle mock. Interesting. Once this mock's complete, it's going to sound like an airport. That's a great comment. I agree. The Landing Craft was so overpriced in 2018, like $100 retail or something. Yeah. I think it's just because I want those Rogue One style stormtroopers, but the sand printing. Super cool. I'm not going to say it. I'll refrain. Please include Lunch Trooper. He's the shore trooper eating lunch, who's then shot by Mando's mate. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that was his official name, but I will include that. All of the scenes from the episode will be included in the mock, for sure. God, Sam, know your Imperial officers. Lord needed choked. He got choked to death by Vader in Empire. Is it not in A New Hope where he chokes an Imperial officer to death? Or does he do it in... Or does he do that... Oh, is he the guy that he chokes on the screen before Piet takes charge? Am I just forgetting Star Wars? Or am I right? All of those guys are boring. All of them are boring. Like, yeah, all of the original trilogy Imperial officers are quite boring, I'd say. So I'd give a pass to all those. the guy who's on the sticker. Do I actually have the sticker? I might have it here, actually. Do I have it in here? Or did I move it? I don't think I have it in here. I have it somewhere. I think it's in one of these drawers. Maybe not. I was about to point him on the sticker piece and say, oh, is it that guy? Lord Need is a mad one. Thrawn, YMAC 9, absolute smash. 100%. Are you kidding me? That physique? Whoa. You saw him training. He can take off Dark Troopers on his own. Okay. Getting close. How's that looking? We've got all three moving at once. They're not hitting each other. Nothing's colliding. They're all moving at a different pace. So they're not like overlapping each other and being awkward. I'm quite a big fan of that, if I'm honest. What do we think? How easy is it for you to see that? It doesn't show them wonderfully moving, does it? But I think we've technically done what I aimed to do. I think I can move this one in maybe a stud that way, just to tighten that gap a little bit. Because like when I look at it, like see there, when they're together, the gap is quite small. But like I want to have like quite a thick tree line coming down here, and I don't want this to take up too much of that, if you know what I mean. God. Sam, you know the Power and Conflict Poetry at GCSE, I'm making them into stop motions. Oh, I remember doing those like 5 years ago or something. You're doing all of them. Is there not like 20 of them or something ridiculous? Callus is a skip. He'd cheat. He'd be in a great thing if you're to get stuck with someone like Admiral Constantine. You're only saying a pass to Callus because you know that I like him. You know what? I respect you. I respect that opinion because God, Jesus, because you're not means my guy Callus is not cheating on me behind my back. You know? God's sake. That's really funny. Is it just Imperial officers because Fifth Brother is thick? Fifth Brother is the most empty, shallow, characterless, boring, just hunk of meat. Jesus. Just, dude, he's so boring. He's so boring. Other than him just having a cool appearance, he's like, I'd say he's like episode 1 Darth Maul, but like even still, he's got a bit of something to him. Fifth Brother, he looks even worse in the Kenobi show. Everyone's getting annoyed at the Grand Inquisitor because his head's not long enough. Fifth Brother looks like his makeup was done at a carnival for like £2. He looks so bad in the show. We've only seen one shot of him, so I'm not going to call my full opinions yet, although that may have just sounded like I did. Of course I didn't. I just read a comment that I can't read out loud. Bring in one of your accommodation friends. I'm not at my hall at the minute because I'm with my Lego. I basically find, because I don't live too far away from where my hall is, means I can come back to work on Lego every now and again. So I can. One thing though, I haven't actually mentioned this yet, but my younger brother, he's 2 years younger than me, has shown interest in wanting to come on a stream one day, so we could have a build off where we both have to build something in an hour, but I only start building in the last 15 minutes, which I thought would be quite a fun idea. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but that's something that he said he wanted to do. We'll see. Fifth Brother looks like my Japanese uncle. No cap. Is his skin green? If so, you might want to get that checked. Okay. What was I going to do? Yes, I was going to bring this one step closer. Alternate build off its Tech, SW, and you all over again. See, Tech's too terrified to dare face me in a build off again. The last time Tech had a competition with me, he very sneakily deleted all the audio of the footage and then claimed he couldn't upload it. Yeah, I see through you. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I do enjoy build offs. It's just very intense. Especially that 501st one was my lowest point. That was a struggle, that mock, and I still came second place. Sam, we're British, empty and shallow is all we know. Fair point. What's happening now? What's that stuck to? Which means it can't move. That sounds like a challenge there. Of course. He wears one of those artist hats, so pretty similar. Nice. So I need to move this in a stud. I think going 2 is a bit too risky. I don't think moving it one stud to the left is going to make a world of difference, but I want to do it for me, you know? I will need to change that to a 1x1 instead of a 1x2. Smash or keep vehicles. Define what you mean by smashing the vehicle before we begin. Also going to say Space Aladdin is one of the worst written characters ever. Oh, you mean Ezra, who is literally just... It's literally just... I saw in a YouTube video someone describe him as Aladdin and Luke Skywalker smashed together. That's exactly what it is. It's literally just Aladdin with force powers and with a little bit of Luke. Move it to I can't bear getting into Smash Your Past Twi'leks half an hour from one step isn't enough. What? When it comes to Twi'leks, you're going to be very hard pressed to find someone who I'd say pass to. And of course, I am including Pip Fortuna in that state. Oh, God! No, where have we... I remember when I used to have what I would consider at least a family channel. Or at least a channel that I didn't mind if younger kids watched, because I wouldn't swear in streams. I wouldn't say anything particularly rude. I'd maybe make an odd little tiny reference. Tech comes along, and he start. Got to go. Great stream, by the way. Thank you very much, Galactic Stuff. Thank you for coming along. I will hopefully see you in the next stream, whenever that happens. Hopefully it won't be too long. But you never know. You know, with me, a stream can be weekly or monthly. Or bi-monthly. However long it takes. I agree, more like the Kuna. But it wouldn't touch the sides. Tech! Wow. What's your favorite set? My favorite Lego set is the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. Banger of a set. Great build, great figures, great price. Wonderful. Top marks all around. They're going to hate each other, aren't they? Oh no, oh no. What's happened there? Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. Where's the... Oh, everything's falling apart. What? How has that happened? Oh, right. Turn it off. Oh, we've had it. It was all going so well. Sam, you once brought up sexy Lego minifigures at the end of a stream. That wasn't my fault. Was that my fault? It was my fault, wasn't it? And then I gave TBC his most viewed video based off that. So you're welcome. He said it, not me. What about favorite Star Wars set? Favorite Star Wars set is trickier because I personally have never bought a Lego. I think what's the most I've paid for? I don't think I've ever paid more than £90 for a Lego Star Wars set. That's strange, isn't it? I don't think I have. No, I've never really had any of the big Star Wars sets. Like, I've never had a UCS set. I've never had a Master Builder Series set. I do want the Master Builder Series Cantina, but that's really just for the figures more than the actual set. And the figures are starting to drop in price now, to the point where they're just over a tenner each for the really cool exclusive ones. like your Ponda Babas and things like that, the ones I'd be interested in getting. Like, obviously, I don't want like another Luke or whatever. Green Twi'lek guy from Book of Boba Fett. Ho ho! Ho ho! Yes. Finding plastic attractive, how desperate. Oh, that's an excellent comeback. British Rock Productions. He also put tag. Oh god. As I said, it used to be family friendly. Alright, let's test it again. Right, not hitting. Not hitting. Not hitting. Not hitting. That's because they're on the same loop again. Right. I could have them all moving together and have it much shorter, but I've just messed up my... No, I haven't. Oh, no, yes, I have. Alright, okay, that's fine. I see what I've done wrong here. That facing upwards. Then we insert it. No, sorry. Upwards, pull it out, pull one across. There, and then we insert it. I know tech, but that emoji implies otherwise. And I know what you're implying. He can explode with me anytime. Anyway, what were we talking about before? Oh yeah, rebels. That just leads to more debate. Oh yeah, can we talk about I'm interested to hear about Lego and Star Wars Rebels. Why? Oh my, what's happening now? Why did they just entirely give up on Rebels? At like season 3, I think was the last Rebel set they made. The Ghost 2 with Thrawn in it. Was that the last Rebel set, or am I forgetting something? Because if so, that's interesting. That's when they decided to give up on the show. Well, I guess all they did after that was just screw about on the Thor for ages. Didn't really have much to make sets on. I implied nothing. Get your mind out the gutter. Absolute BS. Oh, pieces come flinging into the abyss once again. Actually, it's going downwards, doesn't it? The Phantom 2. If you think about it, Rebels will soon be as common as Clone Wars sets. How do you mean? I think Clone Wars sets will be much more common because people like those shows. Sorry, Tech. I apologize. Oh, they don't hit. They don't hit. They don't hit. I don't see why the distance between these two is so much smaller than the distance between those two. But when they get to the point of hitting each other, they're the exact same distance apart. But I think that's actually it. I think we're there. That doesn't hit. That doesn't hit. Can you see there that we don't have anything hitting each other? There we go. Well, Rebels came out shortly after Clone Wars ended. Now Clone Wars sets are returning, and so will Rebel sets. I think the reason that Clone Wars sets returned was largely due to Season 7 of the Clone Wars coming out a lot more recently. Because, like, Season 4 of Rebels had literally nothing. I mean, in hindsight, what would they have made? Maybe a remake of The Ghost, actually. They probably had given it enough time then. Or at least another way to get characters. Like, I do really want a Zeb minifigure. Even just for the alien mold is cool. But, like, the cheapest, I'm pretty sure the cheapest Zeb in the UK is 50 quid, and he's, like, heavily damaged. And then it goes to, like, 80 and then beyond. Smash or pass female Jedi every button she casts to new. Why are you excluding her? That's quite rude. Right, okay. Oh, we did the Technic. How long have we been streaming for? An hour and 46 minutes for that. I'm quite slow, aren't I? A U-wing recolor? Maybe. I honestly, as much as I said, I don't like Rebels, I would buy a remake of The Ghost. If I saw The Ghost, like if The Ghost was on shelves right now at its retail price, I'd buy it. Even if like how much did The Ghost retail for? Like 80, I think, something like that. 60, 80, something like that. I don't know. But like I'd buy it at retail because I'd watch the show. Even if I didn't know about the value of all the minifigures, I'd still get it. Also, I've talked about this before, about the inaccuracy of Rebels minifigures. Why did they change the hair of Kanan, but not Ezra? Like, why did they change the color of one, but not the other? I always thought that was a bit weird. It was 70 quid at retail. Oh, yeah, absolute buy. And then the Phantom for 20 more on top. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. Okay, so what did I say? Right, let's replace all the filler I ripped out earlier to get this thing one stud to the side, or however many I've done it. They didn't make an Ezra figure from other than season 1. He was in the set with Ahsoka though, right? That was a season 2 set, I think. Yeah, that was season 2. I know they didn't make anything beyond when he cut his hair or got the new green lightsaber. That's something that's always bothered me in Star Wars in general, about how, like, between seasons 2 and 3, Ezra's lightsaber's colors just changed. I know it's not important really at all, but just like, why? Is it just to sell new toys, I guess? Maybe. Or maybe it was for some character-related thing. I dare not say her name. Oh, I saw a horrifying TikTok about the blue Twi'lek Jedi. Ayla Secura. Shore Troopers are a smash. You think that's bad? Weird to watch it. Look at you chatting away. Unbelievable. How did Kanan get a darker skin tone than both Ezra and Sabine? I think Kanan probably is a little bit darker. I think all three of them should not have been. Ezra and Sabine were absolutely the wrong tone. And I've said this before, but Sabine's minifigure, they did her so dirty. Oh my goodness! Like, I almost feel like the actual shape of a minifigure doesn't really fit Sabine, just because she's so like thin. Like she's got these little twig arms, which don't really fit a minifigure. But like, it was just like so ridiculously, and like her hair was so completely off, and her like face was just like a different person. And they only did her helmet once when she like. They did her helmet once when she changes her helmet at least once every season. Oh, that was another thing about the lightsaber. How come this is really just a completely unimportant point in Rebels and something, but it just kept bugging me. How quickly do they change Chopper's color? They can just make him an Imperial droid in like 5 minutes and just make it perfect, and then just switch him back. It's not important, but it was just so. Well, it's the same outfit in season 2. Yeah. We do not mention the blue milk. I do not know what you're talking about. No. I do. Just. A mini doll Sabine would actually work. Yeah, it's just. Yeah. But then, wouldn't she be too tall then? Because mini dolls are taller than minifigures. She'd also, like. Ideally, I'd want her to have mid. I'd want Ezra and Sabine both to have mid legs. Because, cause for the height difference. As well as, like, Zeb needs to be a lot taller than he is. But, like, that's just the way that minifigures work, that you can't really change them. So, yeah, I guess there's nothing that I could particularly do about that. What I can do something about though is fixing this. Sabine can work fast with a spray can. Yeah, of course. That fixes everything immediately. Seems like your standard Rebels defender there. Unironically though, I think this does quite prove my my statement earlier, which I said that I do like overall like Rebels, is that I have been looking into getting instructions for both a custom Ghost, because I'm not paying the ridiculous amount for the real one, and a custom TIE Defender, because I originally didn't like the TIE Defender that much, but it is a pretty cool ship in Rebels. Pretty cool ship there, I do have to say. Although I reckon they're just going to be refilmed. For God's sake. There goes the light again. I think I may have literally the single worst tripod in existence. It just doesn't stay straight. It's like ridiculous. Okay, back to smash it past the shirtless Gamorrean guards. My only issue is that I think they'd really, really smell. Like just be a ridiculously stinky boys. Yeah. You need vehicles designed, Sam. I don't need them designed. I just like I've seen a couple of custom ones that I'm already interested in getting. Or maybe I'd even design them myself, but like the Ghost is not an easy ship to design. It's got a lot of very annoying, like interesting panels to give it its. I called. I don't know where. I forgot where I said it, but I said the Ghost was burger shaped, which in hindsight doesn't make sense at all. But it, like just in the way it is. But I do like it. Some people like the smell. Nah, Kaminoans are the only mini dolls that make sense with minifigs. Yeah, I know what you mean. The character selection for those resistance sets are so awful, are they? Is it because Leia and Poe Dameron and BB-8 are key characters for them, which you can just easily get in other sets, rather than I'm guessing actual characters who are only in the show, like your boy Kaz. The Ghost is better than the Falcon. You know, sometimes a take comes along that is so spicy, that I respect it so much to the point that I actually agree with it. I think in terms of aesthetics alone, the Ghost is cooler. The colors are more interesting. I'm a big fan of how it can fit another ship in its back. Oh, right. Don't take that one out of context. That it can fit another ship in its docking bay. Don't take that out of context. Another ship in its back doors. Don't take that. Another ship in its back. God's sake, you ruined me. Another ship. I like that. Hot take: the TIE Phantom is better than the Defender. I'm not familiar with the TIE Phantom. I'm going to give it a quick little Google and have a look at what the TIE Phantom is. It's cool. Oh, didn't they make that a set? Like, what was it? Was it based off of was it the Freemaker Adventures? Maker Adventures set. That one. Oh, sorry. It's called the Tracker 1. But like that is basically the same. That set. It's basically the same thing. I've just noticed that one of the other Freemaker Adventure sets got characters from Rebels in it, but it also includes a non-Rebel Stormtrooper. Doesn't that break the canon? It doesn't matter. Leia appears like once, Poe a few times. Kaz is the main character, and the only other character which is maybe 5 lines in all the episodes I've seen so far. That's funny. That's another thing why I vehemently hated. I will say that I hate Rebels Season 1. It's just, I barely survived it. Just, you know how people get annoyed at like Mando or Book of Boba Fett for including characters we already know and fan service characters? Rebels just took that and ran with it. That's probably where they got the idea from. Every single episode is, oh, hello everybody, my name's Lando Calrissian. Oh, hello everybody, my name's Leia. They did her in season 2 as well. Hello everybody, my name is Hondo. I'm in 20 episodes because that definitely doesn't get annoying after a while. Etc. etc. There's also just like the aesthetic. I don't mean to hate on Rebels. I don't. There is things I like. I just one of like it won't be the last thing I say, but last thing. There's one specific character whose character design, I don't know what it is about it, but every time I look at him, I just get annoyed at his character design because it just looks so weird and bad and ugly and just like who thought that was a finished character model? And that's the character. Don't take this out of context. It's not even that bad. My mind is just absolutely 10 miles down the gutter. A character called Ryder. Mate. A bloody Ryder. Sam, stop reading my mind. Yeah. Read chat more. Let me make points before making them yourself. I'm sorry. I know it's not going to happen, but I really wish they got sets based off the books. Hondo was one of the best characters in Star Wars. Oh, buddy. No. I'm Lando Calrissian, the baddest mother in the galaxy. Yoda, Anakin. Yeah, I know. Tech's just being silly. Tech's just trying to make a point to make Rebels look better than it is. That's all. He's the greatest comic relief character in all of Star Wars. You'll want oven mitts for that hot take. Best comedic relief in all of Star Wars. I mean, Jar Jar's right there. Yeah, if you want a hot take, I'll hit you straight back with I find Hondo more annoying than Jar Jar. Have that. I'll throw you that hot take right back. Yeah, gladly. White goatee rider. I every time he was on screen, I just got annoyed. Nothing even particular about his character. He largely just lacked character, but really didn't like him. No particular reason why. Just did not like him. I find you more annoying than both of them when you talk about Rebels. No worries. I'm pretty sure it was you, Tech, though, who said that I needed to watch all of Rebels. And you kept asking me, oh, have you finished it yet? Where are you in the show? And as I said, it does get better as it goes along. Airwaffle boycott the stream with 3 viewers. Admiral Holdo is the greatest Star Wars character of all time. With The Last Jedi being a cinematic masterpiece, why wouldn't she be the best when she destroyed Snor's? I don't know if you were joking when you typed that, but that is funny. Snor's ship in the best scene. See, getting into the sequels, a lot of people really don't like those movies. I'd say that I'm kind of in the middle, where I kind of just find them boring more than anything else. I don't hate them. I'm not like, oh, Disney ruined Star Wars, etc. I'm not that far gone. Although sometimes they do have quite the blunder. Like I forgot where I saw it, but I saw somewhere where The Rise of Skywalker doesn't get enough hate, and then quote, he was on another transport. That I remember laughing quite a lot when it came to those. Holdo stole Anakin's move. See, if she was spinning as she did the light speed, whatever you would call it, then she would have obviously lived. How could Disney ruin Star Wars? They made Rebels. Yeah, sure. I've said I liked Rebels. I'm not even going to make a joke. What do you mean? Yarel Poof, member of the High Jedi Council for a century, is obviously the number one Star Wars character. Absolutely. I made it my number one goal the second I got the game. When I bought the Skywalker Saga, my immediate goal was to unlock 3 characters. Number 1, Yarel Poof. What a guy. Number 2, Boss Nass. Obviously. What a legend. Number 3, Dexter Jetster. Obviously. Come on now. Who are we kidding? I genuinely think within the next... I'm going to say probably before Morak's finished, I will have built a Dexter's Diner mock. Unironically. I think. I really want to build it. That's all I want to say. Sam, I've got to go now. See you later. Thank you very much. I'm All the Sith. I will see you later. Thank you very much for coming along. I'm going to say the ships that they didn't copy are beautiful. I agree. Yeah, well, they made the Ghost, didn't they, technically? So, yeah, I do agree. I do wish they were a bit more unique than just doing, as you said, just doing X-Wings and TIE Fighters again. The same way the prequels did. They made it different and made it interesting. I wish they were a bit more unique in that sense. Let's get a plate. Where are we kidding? Let's get a plate in there. Welcome, Thomas Imaro to the stream. Welcome. Everyone hates the resistant transport, but I like it. Not the prettiest ship, but uniquely different. I thought everyone hated the resistance bomber. I thought, wasn't it the bomber that everyone hates? Sam, top 3 hottest LEGO Star Wars characters in LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I already said them, dude. Number Yarrow Poof. No, sorry. Number 3, Dexter Jetster. Number 2, Yarrow Poof. Number 1, call me Nass because I'm the boss. To quote a rap superstar. I want to listen to that song again now. Why did that sound vengeful in my head, Bacon? What do you have in plan? Welcome, Lego Diem34. Welcome. Why is the change in army fighters like V19, ARC, T95 so significant from episodes 2 to 3 compared to the 35 years we get X-Wings and TIE Fighters from A New Hope to The Rise of Skywalker? Yeah, I agree with you. I've always thought this. That the tech in episodes 1 through 3 looks so much more advanced than the tech in 4 through 9, essentially, at this point. Like, they just seem to have downgraded quite significantly. The same way that, like, I've always had an issue with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Specifically with a long time ago. It's like, this was not in the history. This is not history. It's like, come on now. A resistance bomber is amazing looking but useless, but resistance transport is the unsymmetrical one. I don't think I don't really have any issue with the resistance transport. Yeah, it just seems like a perfectly normal ship. To me, at least. Alright, I'm actually going to start covering up the Technic now with filler. So that should hopefully mean that I don't need to touch it again. So I'm now building the Technic into the filler. Will this be a mistake? Let's test it one more time to make sure nothing gets touched. No. No, it's perfect there. Switch it. No. 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 Right. And that's perfect. It really seems like it may be about to fall off, though, which I'm not too sure about. Right. Welcome Disney World class to the stream. Can I get a shout out? Shout out, shout out, shout out. Wonderful content. Thank you. Sam, yell the number after 8 and point at the ceiling with your whole hand. Sam, yell the number after 8 and point at the ceiling with your whole hand. I'm going to say no to that one. Don't quite know what you're trying to get me to do there, but if it's what I think it is, a little bit dodgy, to say the least. Right, interesting. Where was I? Oh, yes, filler. Everyone's favorite part of Lego. Oh, I don't know if I actually mentioned this. Well, it'll be in this week's update. But I finally integrated a good place to put my battery box that will be easily accessible compared to my last nightmare that I had with Camino in terms of accessing my battery box. So very glad about that. What Star Wars film do you like the most? Welcome, MB, to the chat. My favorite Star Wars film is Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. I just think it's got the most variety in a single Star Wars film. It's got some really fun moments, some really fun scenes, some interesting characters, and I just really enjoy it. What more could you want? And I've just destroyed my filler. Lovely. Yeah, Episode 6 is my favorite. It's Harry's Moving Media all over again. Harry's Moving Media, what a lad, Harry, the king. He was the guy who said he was going to firebomb my house, right? It's still standing, Harry. If you were ever interested, still standing. Good choice is there for a top 3 for me. Nice one. What do you think it is, Sam? It just gives me a little bit of 1940s Germany vibe. That's all I'll say. If you catch what I mean. And the vibe of 1940s Germany is not really the type I wanna portray. Where were we now? Filler again. See, what I did before, which was actually quite incorrect, I guess, was put my plate one stud above the I keep forgetting the name of things. The end of the rock work. That's actually not what I should be doing. I should be putting it just on the same level, which means I need to put a lot more plates under these, which is a bit annoying, but has to be done. The thumbnail makes it look like you're flipping off Morak. That thumbnail was me angrily pointing at the Technic function, saying, I'm going to get this done. I don't know. You've. I'm getting quite confused at what I've been sent here. Tech has just sent me a clip of my own stream with a title that I'm just not going to repeat to the chat. And yeah, I'm trying to find the actual clip because it's just playing. It's just playing live. It's not playing me the actual clip. Yeah, it's just like when I press it, it just plays what's currently happening, not the actual clip. I don't know what I said in said clip, but it seems a little dodgy. Welcome, help the poor to the stream. I didn't mean to laugh at that. It's just an interesting YouTube name. I definitely shouldn't have laughed at that. Sorry. Can you build Mario Lego set? I don't have any Mario Lego sets at the minute. It's not really my go-to theme. I'm not a big fan of their, like, I guess the way they make Mario sets. Wait, can you see? Yeah, I don't know how you can see the thing. Like, if I press the clip, it just goes to current. Like, it doesn't show me any actual thing. Now I'm just watching people's stories, which I probably shouldn't be doing at the minute. Yeah, let's not look at my phone. I do need to look at my phone because that's where the chat is. Send it again, Tech, to me. Can you build a helicopter? Not at the minute. Star Wars is usually my go-to thing, unless you're talking about a helicopter lightsaber, of course. In which case, I'd be very interested. No, of course not. Just test if that's there. Will that get hit by anything? No, that's fine. It actually will not. Copy and paste the link into a browser. Okay. Copy. Paste. Let's make this sign into YouTube. Paste. It still goes to the live. It still goes to it currently. Let's just sign into YouTube. Do you want $100? I would like $100, but I have a feeling that you're not going to be able to give me $100. That usually is the start of something quite scam baity. But I'm interested to hear where that's going. Oh, I really want to know how to win $100. Let's pull off you. Maybe you and you as well. What's that notification saying? My battery is running low. How could you? Where is my mouse? Can't see because my light's literally blinding me. if you wanted to give me that set, you want me to give you this? There's a couple of issues with me giving you this. A, it's not a set. It doesn't have instructions. You'd struggle to build it. Therefore, B, if I were to send it as it currently is, it would, subsection A, it would get absolutely destroyed and posted. And B, it wouldn't fit in any kind of actual posting box. C, I kind of need it for my videos and for making updates on it. And D, it's probably worth a lot more than $100 just in its parts alone. Like, that base plate is worth $15. That base plate is worth about $10. It's already at $25. The motors, the parts that go into the skiffs. I spent a lot of money on these red plates. Yeah, I'd say this is probably worth more than $100 in parts. I'm going to phrase a question like a good old-fashioned Tamika break arms. Oh, what a guy. I've missed Tamika. I have. I don't know where they've been. They just come into my chat and just ask, show me your, like, or do you have this? Do you have that? Very just demanding statements. That's from the old Camino streams, right? I think we all wish we did. Welcome, Jedi Gamer Joe. Welcome to the stream. Interesting, me getting a lot of new faces recently. Thank you. Especially after someone, I forgot who mentioned alt account, but someone did. And then we've suddenly seen a lot of interesting faces. So that's interesting. The clip is fantastic. I want you to see it. I'm interested because I know I've said a lot of lightly dodgy stuff in the stream. So I want to know exactly what clip you've gone with to go for that title. Do you know Midge Conpenny? I do not know who that is. If that's a person. Not sure if it's a person, but if it is a person, I do not know that person. Sam sent link on Instagram of custom lightsabers. Look at it. That's so unbelievably accurate. I was like, oh my god. Stop sending me random stuff to look at on stream. And I always said every time, I'll do it in a bit. Yeah, they just never do. I miss them. I hope they're doing well up in this big wide world. Sam got scammed. I'm not sure if I'm getting scammed. No, I may be. Getting scammed whilst hosting a live stream. That's new. Hey, you're here for unique content, right? Oh, I know why that's not working, because that's on a bleeding jumper plate. That'll be why that's not actually connecting at all. Ah, now it makes sense. Right, give me two you and you. That'll do. Yep, that'll work. Oh no, why is that not working then? I need to get rid of that plate. go to sleep. Okay. And Micah Harris, who would drop every stream he was in. Yeah, we've had quite the gang over time. I think after I took that like quite large break from streaming after Camino ended, the break from content generally, pretty much, that kind of destroyed my YouTube channel quite badly. Hello there. Are we back? Yeah, laptop just completely ran out of charge there. Hello there. Yes, we are back. Okay, cool. Right. Hello. We're now in vlogger live stream mode with me holding my laptop. Basically, where my laptop was before, this won't reach to it. Like, physically, the laptop cable isn't long enough. So it probably means we're going to have to end the stream in just a moment. But I'll give you a bit of a vlog style for the end, because why not? And I'll basically just show you where we got to on the map. So I can basically show you a much better angle if people were wanting one earlier. I can't see this view now, because obviously I'm behind the laptop. I'll have a look at it on my phone, but that'll give me about a 30-second delay. Turn down the volume on there. And then finally a bit of peace and quiet. Not funny. That's great. So hopefully that is not a bad view. Okay. So now if I turn on the motor, hopefully nothing's hitting each other, but they're all moving in different directions at different times, making it look all very interesting. And there you go. Would you look at that? Nothing's hitting each other, nothing's getting in the way, and they're all having a lovely time. They're getting close. You can see they are getting quite close, but nothing is actually hitting something directly. Like, that looks like it's hitting, but it's actually not. With minifigures on, I haven't tried it with minifigures on. I've just realized the weight of the minifigures on top may actually just throw this all off again. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, minifigures might actually destroy this. So that's good. But I think that'll end the stream from there. Hi. Good to see you. This is a great angle. We've been going for just about 2.5 hours now, actually. So I think that's a good stream length. That's the view y'all wanted to see. But yeah, I think we'll end out the stream for there. If the minifigures throw this all off, I'm never watching another Morak episode again until the finale. It's funny because it may very likely actually happen. Okay, well, that'll do it. If I actually do this, you can actually see Morak behind me in the mirror. Oh, you don't want to see all that stuff. That's fine. Disney World Class, lovely comment. Love that from you. Thank you very much for watching this stream. When will I next stream? Who knows? Who cares? Try with figs before you end. Okay, I'll try it with figs, but the camera is going to be in quite the state. If I show you it this way, that's it balancing on my knee as I try to add on my pirate minifigures. This is such a bad angle. Right, now you're just going to be looking at the sky. If I do it like that, you might be able to see it. So I'm just going to plop a couple of minifigures on like this. If the laptop falls, then there will be no update. So hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, I'll just try and load up 4 figures per skiff for now. This will probably knock them all off again, which is good. This is a wonderful angle. I'm glad you're all getting to see the absolute peak of my mock building talents. Oh, right, there's one piece falling off. We knew we'd get at least one. Let's connect that. There we go. It's not all the pirates, as I said, but like that's... I think it's enough to show if weight's going to be a significant impact. Right, here we go. You've got 3 on that one, 3 on that one. One of them's not even standing up. And then 4 on this one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Not hitting each other. Not hitting each other. They do get a lot more bouncy with the figures on. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, I think it's all right. I think we're gonna be just all right. You know. All this turbulence feels like I'm on the force gives you. We watch. We'll turn with it. Like, let's just arc and then back. Shake your cam a bit. Shake it up. There we go. Wonderful. I'll read out the last few comments then, and we will end up the stream and you get to see my lovely, lovely face. Especially from this underside shot where I get like 6 chin. Love it. Okay. Great stream today. Thank you. Sam, how is your knee so high? Got big knees. What can I say? Do it. Embrace your inner British Golf Productions 1000. I don't know why I'm reading off this. I can read it on the screen. Motors just blow up. I think that motor may just implode at one point, which is great. Sam's house is engulfed in flames. Passable. As I said before, Tech, I cannot wait to see you try Technic and just collapse. Okay, but that's the stream today. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a little bit of a mess, but then again, what stream isn't? Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And goodbye. Where's the end broadcast button?